Alrighty, how's it going, everybody? 01 of 1 back again. So it's been a couple days since I recorded the last video, which I think is episode 6. And YouTube is so slow that I'm still trying to update episode 4. And this is episode 7. So, fun times, right? Okay, so since the last episode, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. That was pretty much the extent of my editing skills right there. We have completed phase 2. I have not yet sent up the space elevator yet, because I wanted to do that, in recording, and then I also wanted to kind of get everything else up and running, at least a little bit. So if we take a look over here, you'll notice that we have all of the belts. And we have all of the belts and all of the belts. We also have the beginning of a storage system going on, so that's always fun. But yeah, let's go and check it out. Oh, and I also have hypertubes, so got that unlocked. Super fun. I also updated all of the storages. So if we go up to the quartz, this one actually isn't hooked up yet. I just haven't had time. So if you were wondering in the last episode why I made 2 belts for everything, that's because these large containers have 2 outputs. And so I figure if I'm going to be, pulling, 3,200 of these things at a time and throwing it into here, and if I have 2 780 belts, then that'll get me, what is that, 1,560 items per minute going into storage. Now, granted, once we get down there and we actually look at how the storage is set up, it's only going to load that fast into the first storage. The second and third storages aren't going to be that fast because they'll just have a single belt. So, basically it's just to load everything into the system quickly, and then I can just, backload this, I guess. But, yeah, I suppose we can just go and take a quick look at the other ones. Not really too much new going on, to be honest. But yeah, so we have all the belts. We've got 6 this way. We've got 6 coming from the area up there, and then 2 there for a total of 14 belts. Super fun. So here is the coal. So we've got this updated. I also put in, I don't remember if I had that many miners last time, but we have a few more miners. And it looks like this is low. Okay, so we gotta fill this up real quick. Alrighty. Well, there is that. And this is just a lot of button clicking. Why are people calling me? Hang on. It must be on a list or something. That's like the 3rd scam call that I've had today. And like just in the past hour, which is kind of ridiculous. But anyways, so we take all that, we throw it in there. And then everything would normally move out at twice the speed. Because, 2 belts, but this one is actually backed up all the way. And then this is one that's actually going into the power system. So we're still running off of just our 3 little generators and our 2 batteries. That's still powering everything, and the reason why is because these things don't actually, require power. So you get to save a bit on your fuel or your coal or whatever it is that you're using to power things. The only bad thing is because of the challenge mode, you have to do all of this yourself. But yeah, I'm just gonna load this thing like all the way up. Hopefully I don't pull too much. We'll see. And one more. Good to go. There we go. So that should last us for a little while. So that is our coal. And then we'll hop up onto here. And then take the express to the next one. And then the next one is going to be sulfur. So we have, the only reason why we have the power going back here is because I need something to power like the entrances and exits of these things. So super fun. We have the sulfur here. It's not backed up, but it is close to being backed up. And also I think the ladder's over here. So let's see if we can, oh, hang on. There we go, there we go. It's a little finicky getting onto and off of the ladder. But yeah, so this, you know, I think I added like another 3 miners here because I'm not actually using the sulfur for anything yet. So we'll just throw this into the bin. There we go. All right, and then we'll hop under here and take the express to the next one. And this one is going to be the Caterium. So pretty simple going through here. We have the walls that I was working on. Put in the power, put in these little hypertubes to get to and from. Made sure all the belts were there. And we have a little bit more miners for the Caterium, simply because I think I'm going to be using a lot of Caterium. I don't actually know though. So the storage for all of the minerals that you can actually mine is going to be the same size. So 3 large containers, and then each of them can hold what, like 96 or something? Is it 96? I'll have to count. It's probably not 96. That seems like a lot. I wish there was like a button that you could push to just like, you know, auto grab all, I guess. Okay, so this is 8 by 6. So 48 slots. Yeah, so I thought 96 was a bit much, but I was only off by a factor of 2, so it's not terrible. All right, but yeah, so that is the extent of all of the things. Oh, hey, that moon looks like it has clouds. Or is that another planet? Is that the planet and we're on the moon? I wonder how that all works. Interesting. I wonder if we can go there. Like once we finish up on this planet, we go to like that planet. I don't know. Or what if that is the planet that we normally live on, that we're all from, right? And then this planet was terraformed, but it wasn't like sustainable for human life. And so they sent us here to like sort of, you know, start actually building everything because it's just now become sustainable for human life, you know? Could be interesting, right? But yeah, fun times. My speaker just made a very strange sound. That means that my cell phones are probably receiving some sort of signal. And I say cell phones because I have my personal cell phone and then I also have my work cell phone. So they're both here, just, you know, different places. Anyways, so we go down here and we still have our 2 water things here. 3 power generators, or coal power plants, whatever you want to call them. And then we also have our 2 batteries, and it's not letting me go down that way. That's fine. I'll go down this way. But yeah, our 2 batteries are right there. Okay, and then we have this craziness here. So these 6 are going over here. These bottom 2 are coal, so I'm pulling off of one of those to feed into there. So that's what's keeping our power going. And then these all go kind of over here, and I've got everything kind of just lined up on the wall, and it's all pretty much the same all the way through. It's just, you know, gradually going down in levels because, you know, the belts are lower. But anyways, so this is what the setups look like. So this is for one material, this is for another material, 3rd material, 4th material, 5th material, 6 and 7 materials, which is what I've got so far. So when I was playing around with this idea of the challenge mode in the game previous to this one, which has since been deleted, I wanted to know like a real quick way. Which button is the light? Light is B. Okay. I wanted to have like a real quick way of figuring out like how full this is without actually having to go all the way up there and click on those. And so the way that I did it is I had it set with the second one, if it's full, we'll have this. And if the third one is full, actually, hold on, let me rephrase that. If this one is full, that means that the first one is full and it's filling the second one. And then if this one is full, that means that the second one is full and it's filling the third one. And the design for this is actually pretty straightforward. It's not super complicated. All of our stuff goes in the back there and goes into the inputs of these two. And then we take the output of one of those and we bring it down here, and then it goes all the way through, all the way down to this top one, or no, this is the bottom one. So it goes down to the bottom one, right? Which is then connected through here, so you can now see it going through. So this is the deuterium passing through the third one going into the second one. And then as you're watching here, it goes back there, and then it goes back up into here. And then it goes, if we can see it back there, it'll go up into that one right there, which then feeds into the back of the second one. And then from the front of the second one, it goes back through here again, then down through here, into here, around, and then this one plugs straight into the back of this one. So that's kind of the whole thing. You can go here, and it's kind of like a little display as well, which I kind of like. And it works well because, you know, if you see stuff moving through here, you know that one of the storages aren't full. If stuff is not moving, then you can see that something is full, and it's a real quick way to figure out like what it is that you actually need to go and grab. So we've got our deuterium here, we've got our sulfur here, and then I still have to set up all of the other ones. These are not set up, but I figured I wanted to do this on here as well. So you can see this one is going to be the quartz. That one looks like coal. Yeah, I think that one's coal, so we should probably get that one going. So yeah, let me show you how to make this. So it's actually pretty simple, but you are going to need certain unlocks from the Awesome Shop. So you're going to need the painted beams. You are also going to need the wall mounts. You're going to need the conveyor lift floor holes. I don't know if you have to unlock those or if those come in with the, what do you call it? The hub. I'm not sure, but you need these. And then your fastest belt is basically what you need. So let's get this started. It's actually pretty simple, and it's kind of like a mirror image front and back, which is pretty useful. So we can put our, oh, we actually need more steel beams. Okay. Do we have some? We do. Good. Probably going to need more than this. And then these probably, yeah, this needs coal. Okay. So I have to get some coal for that as well. But this might be enough to kind of get us going. Hopefully I have enough for everything. So, okay. First painted beam, like normally we place them kind of in the intersection of the four platforms here. We don't want to do that. So we've got these two platforms. Oh, and I suppose I should explain the dimensions here. So this is a 3x2 area. And then the containers are centered between the two and all the way up against the wall without being in the wall. So there's no clipping there. All right, so then you take your painted beam, and instead of being here, you're gonna move it diagonally inwards and then two more back. So if we're here, we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, and that's where you're gonna put it. You're gonna go up to 3 meters, and then same thing over here, you're gonna go in 1, down 2, so you're, you know, in here a total of 3 spaces. You're gonna do the same thing back here, so if we're here, we're gonna move over 1, and then 1, 2, 3, and bring that one up to 3 as well. And same thing here, depending on how you start. If you start over here on the line, then it's 3. If you start on the inside corner, then it's 2. So that'll put you there. Okay, so once you've got those in, we're gonna get rid of these. And then you're gonna go into your logistics. And then on this front one, you're gonna put one kind of down below. It's weird that it fits there, but it does. Then you're gonna put one above it. You're going to do the same thing over here on the other side. And then same thing over here. And yes, this is going to clip through the floor, but you can still actually connect to it if you need to. The materials need to go back towards the center. So from the front to the back in the center. So when you're placing your belts, you'll go from here. You can see you can still clip on it even though it's, you know, hidden by the foundation. You're going to go there. Same with this one. And then over here, you're going to go from the outside to the inside. And outside to inside. And once that's done, you can place your foundation back. Now, the one in back is a little different. Once again, we have one of the belts going straight in to this, so you only need one of the wall mounts on the outside, but you're still going to need two on the inside. That is not where you're supposed to go. There we go. And I can go there. Okay. And now for this, remember the flow of things is going backwards. So we're going to start from here. And if you do it from front to back, it's actually going to help you with the belts, and you're not going to, you know, reverse them or anything. So it'll be fine. Okay. And then the bottom ones wrap around. And then the top ones go directly into the containers. Just like that. Okay, so that is basically done. So now you can take your foundation, put that one here. Okay, so now for the next foundations, you're gonna need a set of 3. So you're gonna put one here. Actually, hold on, we can actually, because we have the back wall here, we can just place it off the back wall. So this is gonna sit on top of your beams that you put in. Okay, so that's where you're gonna need those ones. And then you're gonna need one up here. It's gonna clip all the way through your container. That's fine, that's what you want. Sir, if you don't mind, can you let me up here, please? Thank you. And then same thing over here. All right. Oh, I'm dumb. I put in the wrong foundations. That's why it wouldn't let me get up here. I thought it looked weird. Okay, anyways, we need these foundations, 1 meter flat foundations. There we go. Of course, I still missed the jump up there, but now I can actually jump up there normally. Okay, and we need this one, and we need that one, and we need that one, and we need that one. Okay, so now that I've got these in there correctly this time, the next thing that you're going to need is your lift floor holes. So you can see that we've got the separation between the foundations here, so that line there. You're going to place one on the outside of the foundation, so it's going to be even with the outer edge, and it's also going to be even with the line. So that's going to be your back, your rearmost one, and you're going to do another one directly in front of it, and a third one directly in front of that. Okay, so 3 in a row. You can do the same thing over here. So there, there, and there. Okay, okay. Next, you are going to go from here. Hang on. I forgot that we got to do this manually because we need a little tiny section through here. So you're going to take this guy, bring it down, and remember, you have to make sure that this is facing the same way. So if this is going in this way, which I'm pretty sure it is, then this has to be reversed, right? So this stuff goes up. Then you're going to put it not above the floor, but right in line with the floor, like that. And then take this guy, throw it into there. Okay, so that is now set up. Now we're going in, which is what we want. And then we're going to do the same thing over onto the other side. So once again, in line with the floor. And there we go, make sure that's going in, and we're good to go. All right, and now for this one. So the one in the back is gonna go down in line with the floor like we did on the ones before. But once again, these are gonna be reversed, right? Because the flow is this way now. So hit your little reverse button, throw that in there, and then connect this to there. So it's basically a mirror image of the back one. And then this one will just connect directly in. You should hear a little, I don't know if you guys can hear that, but there's a little ding. You hit that, you're good to go, you're connected. And then we got to do the same thing over here in line with the floor. And that can go into there. Throw this one down to here. All right. So now that's everything that we need over here. So let's hop up here if I can. Okay, seriously, how can you not make it up that? I don't know, it's weird. Okay. So now, what we need to do is you're gonna take these, we're gonna put in the top pieces here. If it'll let me. Okay. So that is gonna be even. So you're not gonna move it up at all. So it's just gonna be even with the floor, basically. And then the same thing on this front one. Okay. And then this one is gonna go up 8 ticks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like that. And both of these ones have to face towards the front. This one faces towards the back. And then all we have to do is take this guy, plug it in, take this guy, plug it in, and then take that guy and plug it in, and then this is complete. All we need to do now is make sure that this is communicating with that. And then if this will let me do the thing. Oh, I'm out of. Okay, so we need to get more. I thought I had enough. Apparently I'm missing just one. Okay, so we're going to get some more coal because, you know, reasons. Actually, hang on a sec. We connected one of those, right? So technically we should be having some coal coming through already. Haha. Okay, so now you can see that since they're moving through both, the second and third one are not full. So it's going all the way down into the first one. And then there we go. But because we have space now, it's probably going to be a good idea to go back to the coal anyways and make sure that we have enough. So head back where we were going originally. But I mean, at least you can see that the sorting system works. I mean, granted, you saw the first one, but now you saw me build it, so now you know how to build it. And I don't know, if you guys want to use it, use it. If you don't want to use it, or if you have a better solution, you know, go for it. I just like it because, you know, you can see like all of the things moving, so it's real easy to figure out like what you have and what you don't have. All right, now for the incessant clicking. And another thing that's weird is when we grab this and we escape, right? So you can see that the mouse cursor was up here when I clicked, and then it moved back down to the middle after we exited, right? So we're up here, and then when we exit, it brings it back down to the middle. So that kind of bugs me a little bit, and the reason why is because you have to continually move the mouse up. Like if I didn't move the mouse at all and I just moved to the next one, I have to move the mouse farther up now. When I go to this one, I have to move the mouse even farther up, and eventually the mouse is going to be completely off of my mouse pad. So then you got to pick up the mouse and then reset it. So I don't know, it's like a little small, I don't know, quality of life thing. All you would have to do is just, when you open up that particular menu, just, you know, copy the mouse location relative to the origin of the screen, and then save it. Then as you're going through the screen, remember where the mouse location ends up at, and then when you exit, just copy that saved value onto the value for the, you know, main Windows screen, and you'll be good to go. But I don't know. Like I said, it's just a small thing. I'm not expecting them to actually do anything about it, but if they did, it would be pretty cool. I mean, granted, it probably doesn't really matter too much because a lot of people probably aren't even going to be taking part in this challenge. I don't know. So maybe it's not worth it to do it, but I would appreciate it. Less picking up of the mouse. There we we go. Fill that in. And then I figure with these little platforms here, I have 5 of them per node. At least it should be 5 per node. And if I load up both sides all the way with these portable miners, at my fastest speed, by the time I get around this side and then this side of portable miners, by the time I get to the end, it should be back up to 100. So then you can just continue to, you know, grab stuff. And it should allow you to, you know, update your values, grab as much stuff as you possibly can. All right, so I think that will be good. We'll throw in whatever we can here, and I think we'll be okay. And the rest of this coal is going to be going into my steel little manufacturer thing. Drink for this episode is a juice. It's a strawberry kiwi apple. I don't know, weird combination, but actually tastes pretty good. So I like it. All right, so we've got our iron bars down there. We're gonna put our coal up here. And then I can just load off that right there. Did I just hear a Mr. Bean hiss at me? Dude. Yeah, I can hear him down there. Okay, so hopefully these will get running, maybe. How are you doing? Okay, it's loading the things, good. Got our first steel beam. There's Mr. Bean again, doing his little hissing thing. So I'm making 3 of these steel beams and then 1 of the steel pipes. And then I don't need the steel pipes at the moment. All right, so what we need to do is make sure that, okay, why is it not letting me jump up here? It should let me, it's only one thing up. I don't know, it's weird. Okay, anyways, let's get this going. Now, that should be loading this one up very quickly. And then all we have to do is just wait for this one to fill up, and then we'll be good. And then, depending on how you want to do this, you could put a 2-hole wall here, and then another 2-hole wall here. I did it that way in the last one, but you can also just do a pass-through here, and then just kind of cover up the front. So let me grab some more steel beams, because I'm probably going to need them. And then I'm probably also going to need some iron bars as well. Oh, I didn't need to grab those. Hang on. Throw that back in there. I don't need this one running, because if this one is not running, then this one can run at full speed. So this one has its own dedicated foundry. This one has its own dedicated foundry. These two are sharing a foundry. So if this is full, this runs at full speed. If this is not full, then this runs at half speed. This one runs at full speed. All right, so let's go ahead and get that going through. Get a nice little S-bend going on there. Good to go. And then you can cover up this front here. And then we can throw in that one, throw in that one. And then, oh, I wanted to zoop this all the way across. And then we hide up that foundation right there. And now what you can do here is you could take this guy out and replace this with a glass wall, so you can kind of see what's going on through here. And then also, oh, I know why that one's not working. Then also, if you don't put the wall here, you can still get back up in here. So the reason why this one is working is because I didn't actually connect it. So, and also I didn't finish doing these, so that's probably another thing I should probably do. All right, so you point towards the front, you point towards the back, and then you point towards the front, but you go up 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then you go there. You go there. And then you go there. And then you go into there. We're going to go backwards through here, and I'm out of beams again. And we're probably out of iron bars now. So we have plenty of coal, but now no iron bars. So it's been a process. Okay, so that is moving through as we would expect it to. All right, so this needs to go through here, and then we should see that moving through. Yep, good to go. Okay, so our quartz is now set up. And then the reason why I have this coming out here is because you can go from here and then pipe it out, or not pipe it, but belt it out to wherever you need it to go. So for me, this is going to go probably sit on top of a glass ceiling here, so you can see the belts, but you can't actually get, you know, up in there. And then these will probably all run over here to this side, and then some will get pumped down where we're going to have our refineries for doing like the basic materials, so like the iron bars, copper bars, etc., because we need to mix those with water. But yeah, so as long as we're here and we're kind of, you know, waiting on stuff, why don't we unlock the next thing here? So we've already got phase 2. Everything's, and it actually took me a really long time to get the parts. So here we go. So we're going to seal. And then we're going to send it. All right, there we go. And then there we go. Electricity charging. Boom, 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 boom. Get the burst. Bam. Bye-bye. All right. So with that, we have unlocked phase 3. So that is cool. And then we can now get all of our oil stuff, our refinery stuff, and a lot of other very interesting things. And let's see what we got. So first thing that I want to do is unlock the refineries. So hopefully I have enough. So that's going to be under oil processing, I believe. So there's our refinery, valves. We can make fuel, petroleum coke, in case we don't want to use the coal anymore. We can scan for crude oil. We can make some circuit boards. We can make rubber and plastic. Super fun. We need motors. We need 100 industrial. Geez, that's a lot. And I'm not going to have enough of those, I don't think. But motors. I know that I picked up a bunch. Okay, so we have 50, and that's what we need. So that saves us a ton of time. If I can click on the right thing, of course. Encased industrial beams, I'm going to have to make those, which is probably not going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of manual clicking for me, I think. But yeah, and then I need some more copper sheeting, which is being made over here. So that'll put us at 472. I'm going to run down and grab the steel pipe, and by the time I get back up here, the rest of the copper sheeting should be good. Oh, and if you slide jump into the hypertubes, it will make you go faster through them, just so you know. And then, oh, I should have grabbed the iron bars while I was up there. Dang it. All right. So I will take these. Thank you very much. So they'll put me at 369. I'm going to need another 131. Okay, so hopefully I'll have enough to actually make all of that. Now the only bad thing is that this is going up pretty much the whole way, so it's going to slow you down. So going down is fast, going up is slow. But I think it's still as fast or faster than running, so I'm still kind of okay with it. All right, so our iron bars are being made here. Don't tell me we're out. Okay, good. We're not out. But we are going to need to add more iron to that. And I haven't taken this apart yet because I don't have the stuff set up down there yet. So I'm still kind of working on things. But we'll get this set up quickly. And I did have a hypertube going down through here originally. But then I realized with what I had to do to make this whole corner with all the belts work, like there was no way that I could actually fit a hypertube in there. So, I mean, like unless I went it through that little tiny hole right there and then went straight down, because otherwise I'm going to be clipping through a bunch of stuff. So, did the best I could with what I had. So, you know, it is what it is, I suppose. All right, so this is going to be where all of the iron bars go to live. And then we can actually refill the coal from here, which is great. Now I know that I'm not going to need, you know, that much, but we'll just, you know, kind of max that out. Take everything that we don't need, just throw it back in here. That'll be good to go. Okay, so that saves me a trip, at least just for, you know, refilling that, so that's good. I am, of course, going to have to restock the coal every once in a while, so there is that, but that is part of the challenge mode, so good to go so far. So I'm going to head back up, and then we'll finish off the copper sheets, and then I'm going to have to go down and collect some more of the steel beams, because, yeah, we're going to need a lot to make those 100 concrete encased beams. But, you know, it is what it is, I suppose. All right. Suppose I could refill the copper as well. Yeah, and, well, let me refill the iron first. And then I replaced that one with a large container. Right now I've got that kind of just floating around and then going down to feed that. Eventually this is just going to go straight over into the belts over there. But, you know, I have to get rid of all of this other stuff around here. So for now, it's fine. And I have a few more miners here as well. I think I added like another 10. So, yeah. Just go through, collect all of the things. And then I don't know how many miners I can fit per side. I think it'll probably be like plus or minus 1, depending on how quick or how much you can kind of smush them together. So if this was all one side, okay, so that's 9 and 8 is 17. So that's going to be what, 22 per side. So that's, I mean, granted, if you could, you know, pick all that up in a minute, that's 2,200 ore per minute, which is, you know, faster than the fastest miner. So, oh, I did not want to do that. Whoops. Okay, so in case you didn't know how to set this up, you want to look past here, do that, and then it'll kind of cheat it onto there. You're doing your thing. We'll pick that up. We'll pick that up. Good to go. Oh, and I was supposed to fill up this one. Not that one. Whoops. Okay. I'll just go through here again. So assuming that you could, you know, get all of these, I mean, that's going to be 4,400 ore per minute. If you can, you know, get through and mine all, or empty all of these things in a minute. And then given, wait, hold on, that's, if it's 80 per minute, I'm thinking like you're going through here and picking up 100 per minute, or every time that you know, go through here. I don't know. So, okay, so let's say that it's 80 per minute and you're doing 44, because it's 22 on both sides. Let's see, that's going to be 320, 35. It's going to be like 3,500 something ore per minute. And then all you got to just do is sit here and empty stuff. So, I mean, that's equivalent to like 5 Mark III miners. So, I mean, the potential is, you know, pretty outstanding as far as just raw materials. But the only bad thing is you have to do it yourself. So, yeah. But, okay, so that is restocked. Let's go through here. Did I grab? I did not. Okay. Thank you. All right, and then that can go into there. And slide jump, get a little speed boost, take a drink. I wonder if that juice would taste good with a little bit of vodka in it. Could taste good. Then again, it might destroy the taste, so I don't know. I don't have any vodka, so I'm not going to try it, obviously. All right, so let me see. So we need concrete encased beam, or encased industrial beam. Okay, so that needs 4 per. So we're going to need a total of 400 of the steel beams. That's going to be a lot. Maybe not. Maybe not. I don't know. But I can take what I got. We should be able to fill up the steel piping. And then, yeah, and then I can do some manual crafting, unfortunately, for the encased industrial beams. I was thinking about putting like a booster in here for like when you're going up, but then boosters work both ways, right? So if you're already going really, really fast going down and you put a booster down there, that's going to speed you up and then launch you out, which could, you know, kill you. Like literally, like if you hit a wall or something, like it will kill you. So we're off by 1. Are you kidding me? That's ridiculous. Okay. All right. So I'm going to pause and I'm going to go through and just manually make as many as I can, and I will be right back. Okay. So I was missing the pipes by 1. Then I went down, got the rest of the beams that I could, and the ones that are made. And now I'm literally missing this. I have 99, and I'm missing it by 1 steel beam. Yep. Okay, I'm gonna go grab it. All right, so I went down, got the stuff. We should have everything that we need now. So there's that. Good to go, hit the button, and we have unlocked oil processing, which means that we now have access to our refineries, which means we can now make our pure recipes. Fun times. Okay, so what do we need to make these? Actually, hang on. Pure, no. Okay, so iron ingot. So we have the pure, does it not tell me what the thing is? Okay, so this is the pure recipe here. So instead of taking 13 iron to make 13 bars, it only takes 7 iron to make 13 bars. So quite a savings there, and especially considering that, you know, you have to actually go and grab all of your ores like manually. This is gonna save me time, so super cool. And then we also have the same thing for the copper ingot. I believe we also have the wet concrete right here, so that's gonna take 6, turn this into 4. Normally these take what, 3 each? Yeah, so 3 to 1. So this is a 3 to 2. Yeah, plus a little bit of water, you know, so good to go. I think I also have, yeah, pure Caterium if I need that. Originally it took 3 to make 1, now it just takes 2 to make 1. So that's cool, saves a little bit of Caterium. I'm not really too worried about that though. And then I think I also have this as well. So this is the pure quartz. Now this would normally take, so this is a 5 to 3. So 15 quartz to make 9, you know, or 15 quartz crystals to make 9 quartz. I don't know. Whatever, raw quartz crystals, you know what I'm talking about. So instead of that, this is now a 9 to 7, which can't be reduced anymore. But if we had to bump that up, that would be a 10 to 6. So it'd be like an 11 to 7, and now it's like a 9 to 7. So a little bit of savings there, so that's good too. I have this alternate for the steel, and that's the only alternate that I've got. And that's the only one that's that I'm going to get. There are other alternates, but they're not as good. At least I don't think they are. And then I don't... Okay, so I do have this. Which one is this? Okay, interesting. I didn't know that we could expand these like that. That's pretty cool, actually. So we have a cool way of making the heavy oil residue, which is good. Or making fuel. And then heavy oil residue we can get turning this into rubber and then plastic. So we can take our oil, get our plastic and our rubber, and then take the waste, which we normally wouldn't do anything with, and then turn that into fuel, which we can then use to get our power plant, our fuel power plants up and running. So that will be good. The only bad thing is we don't get the polymer resin, which we could potentially use for other things. But normally, like, this is what you would use to make fuel, but then you get the polymer resin. You can then take the polymer resin and make your plastic and your rubber, I think. I don't have, well, no, I do have that one. Okay, so mix it with water, you get rubber. Mix this one with water, you get plastic. So I don't know which way I want to go about doing this, if I want to take the heavy oil residue and then make the fuel, or make the plastic directly and then make the fuel. I don't know. I'll play around with that and figure out which one is more efficient, and then we'll go with that. Especially considering the two closest nodes for oil, these are both impure, which kind of sucks. But, you know, it is what it is. These ones are not impure, but that's a long way to go, considering that all of my other stuff is literally right around this area. So that's like way, like these are almost way outside of the bounds, but these ones are like ridiculous. So, and then these ones are just way too far, but it might be a good idea to run a power line. That's a long ass power line. But we've got some pure, normal, or if it's too pure and too normal, I don't know. But this would be a good place for a power supply station thing. The only bad thing is I have no way of transporting the plastic and rubber all the way through here unless I build a train, or if I use trucks, or if I build a gigantic sky bridge, which would be ridiculous, but I don't know. Lots of things to try to think about here. I'm just trying to get the basic stuff down. So what we're going to do is first figure out what we need to make the refineries. So, and then we want to do 3 at least. So 1, 2, 3. It's going to require 30 motors. I have 10. Okay. 30 of those. Some more steel pipes, which I'm definitely going to have. Steel sheet, or copper sheets, I'm definitely going to have. So then I just have to make the encased industrial beams, and that needs more copper. I didn't realize I was that short. All right, so let's fill this thing up. Now, I don't use that much copper for things, so that's why I don't have as many miners over here. But I mean, just enough to kind of like keep things moving. All right, where are we? We're at 48 minutes in the video. It's at 9.2 gigs total size. I reduced the frame rate to 30, so hopefully it doesn't look too terrible for you guys, but I figured with how slow YouTube is, I need a smaller file size, because otherwise it's going to take me like a day and a half just to upload a single video. It's kind of ridiculous. Okay, so I need rotors. I also need stators. So there is some rotors. I need to make stators. That requires wire, which I have plenty of. And these should be all the way maxed out again, so I'm going to go and grab these. Yep, there you go, 100. And then you can go into there. And then I haven't upgraded the storage container for that yet. It is on the list of things to do though. All right, so I'm gonna need a lot of steel pipes, because I think the stators also require steel pipes. And then it might also be a good idea to get the steel rotor alternate recipe, because I think that also requires wire and steel pipe. So then you can make the stators and the rotors using the same exact materials, which, you know, simplifies your lines, especially for motors. But yes, so I'm gonna grab all of this. It looks like we are out of another material, unfortunately. So there's that. What are we out of? We are out of iron bars and almost out of coal. Okay. Coal is not an issue. There we go. But we are going to need to grab more iron. And then I should probably go and replenish the coal. Ooh, that's running out too. Okay, so replenish the coal right away. I haven't run out of power yet, knock on wood. Actually, no, this would actually be faster than running. I was just gonna kind of like run from there, because, you know, you just slide jump a few times and you're basically there. But I think this is actually faster. All right. Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous, like, when you're mining everything manually, like, you don't realize, like, how much resources you're actually using. I mean, like, what does, like, 4,200, you know, ore per minute actually look like? I mean, if you've got the automated miners, especially the Mark III miners, I mean, you're 5 minutes go by, you don't do anything, you've got, like, 4,200, you know, ore coming out of that, so... But doing it this way, it's like you really like get a better feel of like how much you're actually using, which is kind of ridiculous. And then another thing that I want to do with the storage area is I'm going to have it built, well, not just the storage area, but basically the entire factory. I'm going to have it built in sections, and those sections are going to be designed to make a certain amount of a certain part within a certain amount of time. And I have to have, like, the belt work for this is going to be absolutely ridiculous, but I want to have switches, like power switches, on, well, not on, but like close to where each of the materials are being stored. So if you're running low on a specific material, you flip on the switch, it turns on that section of the factory, it goes through, processes everything until you have enough, and then you turn it back off, so that way you're not wasting power. And this is really designed to like utilize the batteries as much as possible, because when you turn on those extra sections, I want to make sure that I am using more power than I'm generating with my power plants, so that way I'm actually using the batteries. And then when I turn that off, I need to make sure that my power generation is higher than what I'm currently using with everything turned off, so that way it charges the batteries. I'm trying to be efficient because, I mean, with oil, I mean, I can automate that, but I'm trying to keep with, the whole, challenge mode thing. So I'm trying to make use of things as much as I can. And that is actually correct, sort of like a real world type thing. Your batteries are there to add like additional power to the grid when you're pulling more power from it. So let's say that you've got, I mean, that's the whole reason behind like wind and solar, like why we need the huge battery storage, is because when they're running, the grid is making a lot more power than what we're actually using. So we need all of that extra power to go somewhere. So that's why we need the battery storage. And then in times where, like towards the evening or whatever, when people start turning on all their lights, start cooking food, opening up and closing their refrigerators, which causes, the whatever the cooling things inside the refrigerators to kick on. AC kicks on because everyone's home and they're all heating up the place, but now it's got to cool everything down. So when you have that like huge demand go through, that's when the batteries would kick on to, give off that extra power apart from what the power plants themselves can produce. And then overall you get a more efficient system, but you have to make sure that you balance it extremely well. So when your power demand is low, you need to make sure that your power generation is high so you can keep your batteries charged. And then you can moderate how much power you're generating when the demand for power is high, so you actually make full use of the batteries, if that makes any sense. So, otherwise you would have to overbuild power plants, and the problem with that is when your demand, because, okay, hold on, let me explain this better. When your peak demand, or whatever your peak demand is, you have to make sure that your generation is equal to that. And when you're not using that power, you can spin down some of your generation, but the problem with doing that is that usually means that you start, bringing the heat down a little bit, so you're not burning as much stuff. But then when the demand goes back up, it takes time to spin everything back up to the full generation of what you need. So that's why batteries are useful, unless of course you've got nuclear, in which case you just leave that going because you're using so little fuel that it really doesn't matter. But when it comes to like natural gas or coal, especially considering that they're fossil fuels, and smokestacks and carbon dioxide and all that other thing that the green crazy people are insane about. But yeah, so I'm trying to make this sort of real world, and I don't know. I've been doing a lot of talking. There's like 56 minutes in the video. I've just been rambling this whole time, so I apologize. We're gonna see if we can get these motors made and get the encased industrial beams made. So I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna get that done, and then I'll come back hopefully when we have everything. Oh, another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab one of these extra hard drives and start investigating it, because now that we have oil unlocked, we might get some cool stuff. So I'm going to throw that in there, have that run while I'm doing all this manual stuff, and yeah, so back at it. Alrighty, so I've got all of the things I need to make the 3 refineries, and this just finished. Okay, steel rod, steeled frame. What does this normally use? Okay, so we would save on the reinforced plate, but we would have to use steel. And we've got coated iron plate, but that requires plastic. I like, because this is like a 3-to-2, so then in order to make 15 of these, say that's what, 7.5, so that's what, 22 and a half normally is what you would need, but then this requires only 10, so that's quite a big improvement. But the only bad thing is you have to use plastic. But since I'm going to be making plastic anyways with my power generation, this might actually not be a bad idea. And then this, it's faster, but it uses steel. So that's 1 coal, 1 iron bar. So this is actually more efficient as well. It uses coal, but man, what would be the better option here? I feel like steel is going to be the thing that I'm making most things with, because there's steel screws that I can make as well. What do I go with? What do I go with? Okay, I'm going to go with this just because of the rate. Now, granted, this has got a pretty good rate too, so I kind of want both. But we'll go with the steel rods for now. And then I'll throw this guy in there. And then you guys probably won't get to see this one, but we'll see what we come up with. All right, so I'm going to build those 3 refineries, and then we'll get them sort of set up. I'm going to need copper sheets for the piping. Oh, and I'm going to have to make a water thing too, so that's going to be fun. What does that require? I should probably put that in here. Okay, so I can build another one of those and I still have everything that I need. Okay, so we're good to go. Now, whether or not one water extractor is going to be enough, I don't know. What I can do is use some of these and just kind of boost it. So less materials uses a little bit more power, but I'm not really going to be worried too much about power. It's mostly just material efficiency, because I have to get everything myself. I can't just rely on the miners to do it for me. All right, so let's hop down here. I don't think I made a way to get up here, apart from going all the way over there and then all the way back down, so I might fix that. But this is the underside here. This is where we're going to set up our refineries, and I kind of want to set them up kind of in this general direction here. And that is saying that it's clipping. Sir. Oh, I know why. It's the smokestack and the fact that I built stuff above. Okay. So if I set this here, that's going to be the output, which means I'm going to need the inputs. I don't know where I want to put these actually. Hang on, let me extend this out a little bit, sir, if you don't mind. And then we'll put them like right on the water. And then I can actually tap off of this as well to use the water, so that actually works out pretty well, I think. Okay, so all right, so this is the inputs. We'll put those over here, and I think I want them, I'll just give myself like half a space. Okay, so that's kind of like right there. Because I still need to move like materials back here, right? So I'll set this one up here. Next one here. This one should hopefully fit. Does not, okay. Okay. And I'm out of plate? Are you kidding me? Come on, man. Alright, so we'll do it like that. I'll have to get myself some more plate. But that is the third refinery in place. Alright, so we're gonna do iron first. And then we're gonna do our copper. And then we're gonna do our concrete. And then I need to put in 2 more refineries after this for the Caterium and the quartz. But yeah, so that's what I need. That's what I got kind of going right now. I can fit all the belts I need through here, so we'll get them to, I don't know, move down somehow through here. I don't know, I'll figure something out. Another thing that I could potentially do is throw a hole through the floor and just go directly out. I don't think I want to do that though. That would be weird. Yeah, that would be really weird. But yeah, so I'm gonna work on this. You kind of understand what I'm doing. These should make a lot. Yeah, this is making 65 per minute. So this is it's gonna be going like really, really fast through here. So that's gonna be good. And then 35 per minute. I mean, I'm gonna be running through iron ore like crazy. That's gonna be ridiculous. This is making 37.5. Why is this one so little? Ugh. And then this one is 80, which is great. But that's gonna need a lot of limestone, so. But yeah, hopefully that'll be good. And then we'll kind of have like all of our stuff kind of set up over here on the water, which is gonna be, you know, kind of nice, you know, considering, you know, smokestacks here, smokestacks there once they're running. I think that should work out pretty nicely. But That's going to be all I have for this episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, hopefully you'll join me for the next one. But until then, have a good one.